All right, we're back for, I think, video 5 this is. I left you off the last one. We just carved in the Ford and the Dad's 55 Effie. Gave it a little dusting to bring the lettering out. Now I'm gonna prep everything here for paint. So this episode is going to be just polishing, sanding, wiping down, just getting ready for final fit and finish. So the carving is done. I'm happy with all the looks and all that. And I'm painting the piston rings out because I want those. Stand out and look a little different, kind of like that one does. That one's a little more blended in, but it's offset compared to what this is. So, you know, I want definitely the in and out effect of paint, no paint, contrast. I think is the word I'm looking for. You've got a better word, pop it in the comments and I'll make sure I use it next time. But once the carving is done, this is arguably, not even arguably, this is the most important step, I feel. Because your fit and finish is always critical. You know, you can do all this work to carve a good face into it and carve good lettering, and it looks fantastic. And when you go to paint it, if you've got some schmutz or carbon buildup that you didn't get out of there 100% real good, or whatever, the paint's gonna let you know it. It's definitely gonna let you know it, and then everyone else will let you know it. I'll do a lot of hand sanding. Just to make sure that all my paint surfaces are nice and clean. And don't want any boogers. Boogers are bad. Remember that if you're taking notes. Make sure you highlight that one. Boogers are bad. Predominantly I'll use this emery cloth because it does a good job, and it doesn't dig in and really harm the surface. Every so often, like the top, I think I'm going to have to break the DA sander out and dust that up a little bit, just because it's got some pretty heavy deposits on it, and I don't want the heavy deposits, so let me get my sander and I'll be right back. In the meantime, enjoy the music. And we're back, intermission's over. So just simple DA sander, 120 grit is the coarsest that I would use. You don't want to hit it that much, because even with 120 grit, you can dive in and hurt it. And if you'll notice, I didn't polish this all the way out. And the reason I didn't do that is because when you go to paint it, these darker spots will show up when you clear coat it, and it'll be really polished. These will be painted inside, really polished, and it'll give it like a patina look, and it'll look awesome. And just a little wire wheel on there to get into the nooks and crannies, hard to reach spots. Wire wheel also does a good job of taking out any sanding marks that you have. Because again, linear lines don't look that great under paint. So the wire wheel will buff all those sanding marks out. And it'll help you improve your finish. And I'll go over the whole thing with the wire wheel. Just to, like I said, take out the sanding scuffs. And again, I cannot stress to you enough how critical it is to thoroughly clean the entire thing. Make sure that you're meticulous with your quality control on your cleaning, because whether you paint them out like I do, or a lot of guys, actually all the guys, I'm sure there's others out there, but I just haven't seen them on any social media thing or anything like that. But as far as I know, I think I'm the only guy that really paints these pistons out. I'm sure there's got to be more, but I haven't seen their work. But the fit and finish, if you don't have them cleaned thoroughly, the paint will let you know real quick how lazy you are. You know, again, you're putting your name on it, so whether it's good or bad, you're putting your name on it. So take a little bit of extra time and put a good name on it. You can see well, I don't know if you can or not, I can. You can see the dust, just the built-on crud and smuts flying off there under the And to give you an example, look how dirty, I don't know if you can tell, that might look pretty good. You can see how dirty and cruddy that is. And then the one that I polished out. And then again, once I hit it with some brake cleaner and get all the little film out of it, it'll look even better. That's a legit word, better. Again, if you're taking notes, write that one down. That'll come in handy. You know, and again, before I got to this point, I put this in my parts washer and gave it a good scrubbing with solvent. And if you don't have a parts washer, you can still clean them, because I didn't always have one. I just got one here just recently. But then you just got to put a little more elbow grease and spend a little more money on brake clean. So now, before I go into painting, as you can see, this thing is pretty floppy. That's one thing you don't want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to disassemble this. Take the rod and the wrist pin out of it, and then I'm going to grind the wrist pin down, make a flat in it so I can drill a hole in the wrist pin, which is really hard to do because it's hardened steel. And then I'll drill a hole right there in the aluminum, okay, in the bore, and then I'll line those two holes up, and then I'll drive a roll pin in there, and that'll keep that right where it's at. And then where the connecting rod connects, what I'll do is once it's apart, this is a little, I've struggled with the connections of these for a long time, and what I've found is drilling a hole, making a flat, drilling a hole, and running a roll pin, mechanical connection, it doesn't move, it looks great. Don't see it, it's perfect. And then as far as this, the rod to the wrist pin goes, I take my Dremel tool, and inside the connecting rod, I carve just a couple of kerfs in there, random, no pattern to it. But when you do that, it swells up the outside of your cut, and these are exact fit. So when you swell up that even just a thousandth of an inch, you've actually got to drive these in, and then the roll pin holds the wrist pin to the piston, and then the carved kerfs inside the connecting rod hold that stiff. There's still, you can still move it, but you've got to move it. It doesn't move freely on its own like it does now. So I won't show that part because now I got to move and drill press and blah 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 blah. But I just wanted to explain to you the process behind that. So let me get that done, and then I will I'll fire the camera back up, and we'll get into fit and paint and fit and finish, and we'll get this thing finished off. Stay tuned.